otro programa de A Toda Voz. Hoy estamos empezando la mañana súper motivada con nuestro segmento Un Café Bien Conversado, donde siempre es un tema diferente, siempre son invitados diferentes, y hoy tengo el honor de tener conmigo a un joven súper movido que ahorita nos va a platicar pues, de su libro de Mega Idea. Y conmigo Alex Jimenez. Alex, bienvenido, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, gracias por tenerme aquí, Samantha.
No, muchísimas gracias a ti, Alex, por acompañarnos. Déjame conectarme ahorita con la radio, porque aquí ya estamos. Para que los que nos están escuchando por 1340M y también por WJOL.com. Déjame aquí. Ya nos estamos escuchando en la radio, ¿sí escuchas?
Bien.
Perfect, ya estamos en WJOL.com y también en 1340M para los que nos están escuchando por ahí. Y bueno, Alex, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know that your bio is amazing just for a 14-year-old, but tell us a little bit about yourself so our audience gets to know you.
Well, I'm certainly an interesting kid. No, but I love to do business. It's one of my greatest passions. Since I was like 6 years old, I learned. I wanted to learn more and more about business and negocio. And it's been a pleasure and amazing working and doing my own thing with my own organization, Smiles Against Cancer, and my book, and just learning more and more about business. It's great. I'm 14. I love to do boxing, in Boy Scouts. I'm trying to get to Harvard University at one day.
Wow.
And it's my dream. I can learn a lot more about business, and it's just kind of the rundown of me. I'm a bright kid that wants to learn more about business and achieve a lot.
You mentioned that you started your business passion at the age of 6. Dices que a los 6 años es que empezaste con esa pasión por los negocios. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What is that happened that made you super interested about business? ¿Qué fue lo que pasó a los 6 años de edad que te hizo estar interesado en los negocios?
See, like when I was 6 years old, my dad, I asked my dad, he was working on his business at one day, and he was just working, and I came up to him and le pregunté, ¿qué estás haciendo? ¿Qué estás haciendo para tu negocio? ¿Qué es negocio en primera vez? Y through time, I just started learning more and more, and each day he would teach me one word, like what's ventas or marketing. Y por los años ya estoy aprendiendo más y más, and it kind of just formed into this big culmination into just an amazing passion for me, and I'm learning more and more. But yeah, it truly is just fun to do and have. But yeah, it's I started since I was 6 years old. I loved it, and I'm trying to learn a lot more.
Tell us a little bit about your book. How did that idea happen as well? And if you can show us, I know you have it in the back. You want to bring it here?
Yeah. So my book, The Big Idea, The ROADMAP to Entrepreneurship. It's an amazing book, but essentially what it is, it's a book about business, and for anybody who wants to learn about business, how to grow their business, entrepreneurs, and it just shows you the roadmap on how to succeed in your business. So it talks about marketing, sales, how to promote yourself, how to get customers, clients, ventas, and everything in between. So it kind of just is a bit of a rundown in business and sales, but that's essentially what it is. And for anybody who wants to learn about business, especially teenagers, it's very easy to understand.
Especially, I think now that we saw with this pandemic, everything that happened with the businesses, I think a lot of people weren't ready for this. And I think having like a little bit more sense of what to do and how to run your business, especially you mentioned marketing. I think social media right now is doing like a tremendous job helping people, but some of our community, especially Latinos, don't really know how to use social media. So I think like a roadmap and helping them will be extremely important.
Yeah, especially for anybody who wants to learn about business. Like each day I'm posting TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, business tidbits, and you could learn more about that on my website, www.alexjimenez.biz. But the point is that it's such a great opportunity for anybody who wants to learn about business, and there's a lot of people who you could find and get mentorship from. So it's a huge opportunity, especially for kids nowadays that want to go more into business. But it truly is a platform that anybody could go into and just succeed in.
Yeah, and like you said, business, it's really broad. There's a lot that people can do with that major, either managing or the marketing aspect of it. Which one is the one that interests you the most?
I'm gonna say marketing. It truly is, something to do, and it truly is something that I like this quote. If you could be asking a girl out on a date, and you know what you're saying, but nobody else does. So it's marketing. It's pretty much what makes everybody know you, and a lot of platforms to market yourself in businesses. TikTok, obviously, is such a organic reach, and Instagram for more local communities, and then you obviously have more like Facebook, Pinterest, and whatnot. But it truly is just something to learn from. But for me, marketing is huge. I'm trying to learn more and more, books, seminars. Estoy yendo a muchas personas que puedo aprender más de marketing y ventas. Pero en total, yeah, it's great, especially on a platform like TikTok where you could get a bunch of views, especially if you're a kid. But yeah, it truly is just great platforms to be in, to market your business.
¿Cuál es tu TikTok so that we can follow you?
Alexander Jimenez the Great.
Alexander Jimenez. ¿Cuál es?
Yeah,
¿Qué más?
Alexander Jimenez the Great.
The Great.
Mhm.
Like, let me show you how it looks on the screen. Like this.
Ujú. Y también pueden encontrar todo mi social media en mi página web.
En tu website,
Mm.
alexjimenez.biz. No, qué padre, Alex. Y quiero tomar este momento. I want to take this moment to say thank you to the Fig Factor Publishing for connecting me with you. Jackie Camacho is an amazing entrepreneur as well, and I know Gaby Hernandez connected me with you, and I'm just so grateful that I was able to, have this time to talk more about your book and just overall your future plans. What are the future plans that Alex has?
Well, it truly is. I think Harvard is one big one that I want to achieve, and especially, it's such a great thing to have. Not even just not just for the resume. I mean, that's just having a platform like a big frame, but you're gonna meet a lot of people in a place like Harvard, and that connections and networking. You can meet a lot of people who have the same interests, especially in the school of business and law. But it something I really want to do. I want to become an Eagle Scout as well. I'm in the Boy Scouts right now, in the Boy Scouts of America.
Ajá.
Y I'm trying striving to go to my Eagle rank, and I've been there since I was like 5 years old, even if I was in the Cub Scouts at that time. But yeah, I just really want to go that. I want to learn more about stocks, the stock market. I just want to learn more about the stock market. I'm learning each day more and more, and those are my main three ones that I just really, really want to achieve.
Yeah, right now you're in high school, or what's your grade?
Freshman, yeah, high school.
Freshman. Yeah, I think definitely getting involved in school and just experiencing with different clubs, that's like a really good way to network and to get opportunities in college as well, because in college I think involvement is super important because you get scholarships and you can be really connected with your school, which I think that's what the college experience is, what you make out of it.
Yeah, but I want to add on, sí es muy importante para todas las personas que quieren aprender y conocer más personas que pueden ir a TED Talks, seminars, hasta en internet. Puedes aprender mucho más in the internet as well. And even in books, you could find the author, find their social media, or find some way to contact them and just learn from them. But yeah, just if you want to be a chef, if you want to be like the best chef in the world, you want to be surrounding yourself with people who are generally chefs and really good. If you want to be a great singer, well, you're gonna want to go to a place where there's a lot of great singers. And if you want to be a businessman, go a place where there's a lot of business. And that's to me one of the big ones. Just go to places that a lot of people could connect with you.
Exactly. Yeah. And places with like-minded peers, because we know that we I don't know if you heard this saying, but they say we become the five people that we are the most close with. So obviously, young people, it's easy to get deviated, from your goals, especially with the wrong friends, the wrong people telling you, oh no, don't, why are you interested in business? Like, no, let's just go, play video games or something like that. Has ever that happened to you with like some people that you were around?
Well, it tends to happen, in anything, anybody, whatever profession or career they want to take. There's obviously always going to be people who kind of stray away from that. So, yeah, there's always going to be people, not only for me but for anybody, in general who wants to do their passion, and they try to stray away from that because a lot of people can achieve what they're achieving, right? And if I was, if I listened to the people who were bad, I wouldn't have written this book. If I didn't have the courage to do Smiles Against Cancer, I wouldn't have done it. And yeah, but to add on, I have another quote that it's about the same. It's "Birds of a feather flock together" by Les
Mhm.
Brown, and he pretty much just tells you, hey, if you want to surround yourself with people who are going to bring you up and who are going to kind of show you what you want to be in the future.
Exactly. You always need to be with people that are going to bring you up. And then those who are bringing you down, just, cut them off. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to cut people off, but sometimes you need to, especially for your personal development more than anything. And
Mhm.
congratulations. I know that you recently entered to Time Kid of the Year 2020 competition. How was that? Tell us. That's so cool.
Yeah, so Time Kid of the Year, it's for Nickelodeon and Time Magazine. It pretty much shows kids who are doing so much for their environment and who are doing a lot for the community. So I fortunately have was able to be selected in the top 50, I believe, and
Wow.
I ranked 26 out of the, I think, a good couple thousand of kids in the whole nation. But it truly was, it's an amazing experience to be in. Y para todos los niños que quieren hacer algo para sus community, and for anybody, just it was a great opportunity just for to achieve. And a lot of more I get to speak with people who are in Nickelodeon and Time Magazine. So it was an amazing thing. Unfortunately, I only passed the 26, but to those who won, I'm very excited for them.
No, that's amazing. And let me ask you a question. Like, was there a lot of Latinos that also entered that competition, or were you kind of like the one of the only ones?
Well, there was surprisingly not a lot of Latinos that I was able to see. I was one of the very few among all of them. But it makes me sad in a way that there's not more Latinos who want to help the community, or can't get their story out. But in a way, it helps me because I really want to inspire others. Not only for Americans or por personas de Estados Unidos, but for any Latino and anybody in the world. But yeah, so for the few, I was one of the few who were Latinos, and that really inspired me to help others.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you're totally right. Sometimes as Latinos, we go places where we don't see that many people that look like us. That might discourage us or make us feel inadequate. But that should be the motivation for us to continue and bring others Latinos with us. So I think representation matters, but hopefully, in the future we have more Latinos that competition that can show their story, because I know that you know especially here in Joliet, because I'm from Joliet, we have a lot of young people that are doing great things as well. So it's definitely really inspiring for me as well to see people younger than me achieving such great things, just like you, Alex, and I congratulate you for that. Tell me about your nonprofit, because that's so amazing. Then I'm gonna invite you so that we can just have a segment to talk about just your nonprofit, but I want to learn a little bit about that today as well.
Yeah, well, Smiles Against Cancer is my organization. Smiles Against Cancer, Sonrisas contra Cáncer. Y lo que hacemos en cada Día de los Niños, we donate toys to kids in hospitals, and especially in the Chicagoland area. And we have two major hospitals right now. It's Commerce Children's Hospital and Lowry Children's Hospital in Chicago, and they're huge for kids that especially are unfortunately have diseases like cancer. So throughout the year, we just collect toys, and Dia de los Niños, we donate them to all the kids who can't do much. I'm very fortunate, as well as many others around me, but it truly is sad. And there's a high percentage of kids who can't get the medicine they require, and a lot of the state's funding doesn't go for the kids' toys or needs, or only for their basic needs. And it's a very sad fact to know. There's kids that right now, as we're speaking, and people are listening, there's kids that are hooked up in beds right now, and it
Mhm.
really just touched my heart. But it's very sad for kids that unfortunately can't, or have cancer. And it's, yeah.
Yeah, it's extremely sad, but at least you give them that hope, that smile. And around what time do you do this? In April, El Día del Niño, como en abril.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm. The
let us
30th.
know. Let me know so that we can collect some toys for you, and we make sure to get them to you. That way we can help out as well.
Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna. I'm really hoping we'll connect in the future and right now. But and especially now that we have our own toy drive in the couple mid December and pretty much all December, we're collecting toys, just trying to make that last push before the end of the year. But it's but yeah, we're trying to collect as much toys, especially in December, again, end of the year and throughout the year. But right now, if they want to go to smilesagainstcancer.org, and it's also my own web page that they can find it as well. But yeah, it's just it's great to have an organization that really fulfills others, and to not only give for me but for others.
And you said it's smilesagainstcancer.org, correct?
Hmm.
But I can put it over here, and people can go and check it out. That way they can donate toys, because as servant leaders, it's fulfilling, and I think you are a great example of a servant leader. Not only because you share like all of your knowledge with others, but also because you take your some of your time to go and make other people happy, especially those kids, as you mentioned, that are unfortunately having this disease that is cancer, that it's really sad, also for the families. But that's amazing. So check out the website, guys, smilesagainstcancer.org, so you can donate some toys for the people that need it the most. That's amazing. And obviously you guys can send us questions if you have any questions for Alex. Alicia Morales says we need to work on getting Latinos represented at all levels, including political and in business. Yeah, that's so true. Alicia
For
is
sure.
an orgullo Latino of here in Joliet. Thank you, Alicia, for your comments. See, I think representation is super, super important, especially for the younger generations. And do you have younger brothers or sisters?
I have two older sisters. They're in college right now, and unfortunately, they don't really want to do in the business side. I'm kind of the only one, but yeah, full respect to them. They're doing their own thing and they're succeeding a lot in their own area and expertise. But yeah, two older sisters, and I'm very proud of them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, in my family, I'm the only one who likes speaking in public or communications, and I am the la oveja negra. But that's good. That everybody, they do their own thing, and they succeed in they're doing. Do you have any plans on writing another book?
Yeah, for sure. I really want to write another book that especially more about sales and especially revenue streams and learning more about investments in the future. But yeah, I'm trying to get another couple books out just to inspire others. But yeah, a couple more books in the works. And I sometimes I get that rush that I want to write more. And it took me 6 months just to write this book, so it really is something that very satisfying that I could write. It's 250-page book, although it's long. It's very understandable for anybody. But yeah, a lot of books in the future. I really want to write more. And just right now I'm trying to focus more on the big idea. But yeah, it for sure, 100%.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think we do need that. We need that as Latinos to have like a roadmap as well, for business and investments too. Because I feel like sometimes, some of our family members like work paycheck to paycheck. We see them struggle, and we build that like fear of money in a way. Like we are like, no, like if I have $50 in my bank account, like no, that's so bad. Like it gives you anxiety too as well. So definitely having more books that will teach us how to take care of our money and make it work for us, and work smart, not hard. Yeah, I'm getting into the investments too, and the stock market. Definitely, a lot of learning, and I'm not the best with numbers, but I'm trying.
We're all
So we'll see
trying.
how that goes. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, especially for investments and revenue streams, there's a lot of content for that in the book right now. So it's going to go more in depth in the next couple books, but for sure, there's a lot of stuff, and there's a whole chapter dedicated to investments and revenue streams.
Can you tell us like what type of chapters you got in your book?
Yeah, so it's uno de ventas, marketing, how to speak publicly, and changing your worker mindset and escaping the worker mindset. There's a lot of things that people don't understand, and they're stuck. There's only one way to make money, which is working for somebody else. But there's a lot of more opportunities to learn from others, and it's a great opportunity. Another one's about school, why school isn't teaching so many kids and what to do if you're stuck in that situation. Even for me, I'm still going to school, and obviously I want to go to Harvard, but there's even in high school, there's not a lot of opportunities to learn about business. You have to go, certain classes, and what else? Marketing, I already said that, but three main ways to grow your business. And
Mhm.
it's just a whole thing about business, marketing, sales, investments and revenue streams, escaping the worker mindset, school, and so much more.
In business, it's not only like that typical math, right? It's more like think out of the box, give me a strategy, give me a plan. Because there's some people that might think, oh no, I don't want to do business just because they hate math. What do you say about that?
Well, math is extremely important. You really, really do need it. Anything. I recommend that even if you're not in business, math is a huge thing. Not talking about algebra or anything, but it really is important just to learn a lot of mathematics like multiplication, subtraction, a lot of big equations that you're gonna need in the future. But yeah, don't get discouraged. I mean, I don't like math myself. Only if I'm doing in bed thinking about oh, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? How much is it gonna take? How much money? And yeah, so you truly just you don't have to learn everything about math, just the principles like multiplication is huge in business, especially also percentages. You got to learn that. But yeah, don't get discouraged. I'm trying to learn more about math every day and day. So if you ever get discouraged, like this is too hard for me, or even math, it just keep trying at it, keep trying, because it also expands your brain and just gets you a lot more a lot of info. So don't get discouraged. Just take it easy if you have to, but over time you're gonna learn a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. And what's some advice that you give some of the young kids that are listening to us at the moment?
Well, there's a lot, quite a bit, but
Yeah.
there's three main ones that I truly want to push out to the audience. But number one would have to be action. You got to take action, tomar acción, because you could read this book, and it's not worth anything if you don't take the action to apply everything you learn into your business. That's number one. Number two is you got to find a mentor. And by that I mean, if you want to be a chef, I already said the explanation: chef, singer, whatever you want to be, you want to find somebody above you and learn from them. That's second huge thing. And number three would have to be time. Time is the most valuable thing we all have. And without time, I wouldn't be able to write this book. Without time, I wouldn't be able to start my organization. And without time, we would not be here. So, tomar acción, get a mentor, and tu tiempo, time.
Disciplina, right? Also,
Mhm.
discipline, I think, is huge. It's huge because you can say, oh, I want to write a book, but if you don't like really put limits and set times, deadlines and everything, I'm the worst at organizing myself. I'm learning every day, and it's okay, but I think discipline is key also in business. And of course, we know entrepreneurship, it's a roller coaster, right, Alex? Entrepreneurship is up and down, so building that emotional, I think, strength, because not only because you're gonna fail once, you are gonna give up. You gotta give it
Mhm.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, again, you got to hold yourself accountable for anything you do in the future. But yeah, just discipline as well. It's a huge thing. Some days I didn't want to write my book, and I just got bored at times. But yeah, I just pushed through and I keep going. There's a lot of times, but again, there's a lot of things that sometimes you get a rush for it to write so much, and then other days it's like maybe I'll just do a couple paragraphs. But overall, you just got to know how long it's gonna take you and just strive for that. Work with a timer, trying to set some goals. And again, I like to say this: it's gonna take as long as it takes. You're not gonna finish it in 1 month. You're not gonna finish it in a year. It's gonna take as long as it takes. So yeah, this plan and holding yourself accountable is huge as well.
No, definitely. And I think that being kind to yourself as well, like you mentioned, some days are going to be good, some days are going to be bad, but just continuing. And you say that you only took 6 months to write a book, right? That's people take years, Alex. So I'm really proud of you. Some people take 8 years, 10 years, but that's amazing that it took you 6 months, and now you're helping a lot of young kids. Show us again the book so people can buy it. They can purchase it on Amazon, right?
Yeah, 100%. And Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Again, everything that I mentioned is going to be in my website, Smiles Against Cancer, and alexjimenez.biz. Pero esto es el libro, the big idea, and then I have a little bit more in the background. But this is pretty much how it looks like, and it's a huge opportunity for anybody who wants to learn. You just push through, do anything you want to do. But that's the book. But yeah, it's yeah, you got to hold yourself accountable, and you got to push through.
Exactly, and don't lose hope. And right now, I think there's a lot of resources available, for the community as well. Take advantage. What are some of the resources that help you, with your business and whatnot?
Well, there's a lot of, again, mentors, but there's a lot of platforms. Like my dad, he's teaching me a lot day and day, how to do stocks, marketing, ventas, and everything between. But besides, person to person, face to face, there's obviously we can't do that currently right now because of the
Yeah,
pandemic, sadly, and a lot of opportunities change. But there's huge potential in online. YouTube, seminars, TikTok, uh Facebook. There's a lot of people who are going to teach you a lot of stuff, whether it be through Amazon drop shipping or how to start your business or how to write a book, whatever it may be. There's huge opportunity for anybody. I'm sure you've seen
yeah.
people on online, teaching, hey, this is what you got to do to start your business and this and that. And yeah, there's huge opportunity online, especially for anybody who wants to learn more, especially if they don't have a lot of resources. But again, I do want to mention a lot of the stuff there is really hard to understand, especially for me. Like I'll see a bunch of stuff and it's like hard to understand. So that's why I wrote the book. It makes it very simple and easy to understand, and it really is applicable to anybody who wants to learn. But again, it's very easy. But in you can find a lot of stuff online and a lot of mentors and whatnot.
No, thank you so much, Alex. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we finish with our Café Bien Conversado?
Well, I just really want to mention the three things: time, action, and find a mentor. Those are the three main things anybody, and of course, holding yourself accountable and disciplined and whatnot. But those three things. If you want to visit me or anything about me, again, the link is www.alexjimenez.biz. You could find it there. And Smiles Against Cancer. Please, if you just want to visit us, it truly makes a difference. You're really helping a kid change his life, a little slimmer of hope and joy into his life. But I thank you so much, Samantha, and it's been amazing to have this interview with you.
No, thank you so much, Alex, for your time. I know that it's Saturday morning and you must be busy, but no, I thank you so much, and our audience also thanks you. And we're gonna read some comments. Emily Bastida says, "Latinos in any field are needed." Proud of you both. Thank you, Emily. She also
Thank
has
you.
a podcast. She does law, and she has a podcast as well. So I'll connect you guys as well, so you guys can meet each other. But thank you so much, Alex, and thank you everyone to tuning in. Muchísimas gracias a los que nos están escuchando también por 1340M y por wjbl.com. No se me vayan, que ahorita tenemos muchas noticias, y a las 11 vamos a tener a María Guadalupe con nosotros, que cumple 100 años el día de hoy. Felicidades, y la vamos a tener aquí para pues que nos cuente de su vida y para darle una felicitación. Muchas gracias, Alex. Nos vemos
Muchísimas
pronto.
gracias.